I'm Angelina DeWeese, and welcome to Magic Mondays. It is time to bust through all those limiting beliefs and set your soul on fire. Today's topic is the 5 stages of change. Now, it may not mean much to you yet, but when I first learned this concept, it literally changed my entire life. And so, one of the things that happens when we go to change is that we stop short. We stop short before we actually get to where we want to go. So when you think about 5 stages of change, let's just start here. Just write it down. So the first stage is where we think something. So we have an idea. We go, I really want to do something different. I want to try this out. I want to go and create a business in network marketing. So you do that. So the second stage is where you say something. So you actually go and say it out loud. You say, I want to build a network marketing business. I want to become X rank next month. You say what you want out loud, okay? So all of you have done that before. Now the third stage is where you go and you build support. So you actually tell other people. So you might just, tell your friend, tell your husband, your wife, tell your team. You actually go and say what you want out to the world and you build support for it. So the fourth step is the hardest one. This one is called fail, succeed. Okay? And this is a tricky one because in order to learn how to succeed at something, we actually have to fail a number of times. And I like to think of this as a mom. I notice when my children are walking, they start to walk and they fall down, they walk and they fall down. And I wouldn't ever say to them, just stand, just go for it. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you walking fast enough? We would never say that, but we always say those kinds of things to ourselves. And so one of the things about this fourth step is that this is where most people get stuck. They actually are not okay with failing. They're not okay with not meeting the mark of what they think that is. So they go back and they go all the way back to the first step again. So it becomes this vicious cycle, and they constantly decide they're never going to get good at something because they don't stick with it long enough. Because we really do have to stick with something long enough to stand by it, to see out how we can learn how to succeed. And the fifth step is the magical step. When you finally go through all of those quote-unquote failures to learn how to succeed, the fifth step is called predicting and tuning. And this is where you get so good at something that you're literally able to dial it in. You can say, if I do this amount of classes this month, it's probable I'm going to get this outcome. Or if I have this many conversations, I'm going to get this outcome. So you can almost measure your results. Now that's a really powerful place to be, but sometimes we don't make it there because we're not willing to deal with those failures. And we make them about us, and we think something's wrong with us or we're not good at it. And I don't know about you guys, but I've quit a little too short sometimes. And if I look back on my life, I can see that was the moment where I decided, step number 4, I just don't like it, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell myself I'm good at something else and try that and get back to step number 4 and go back and back and back and back. So I want you to just, for a minute, I want you to check in, see what stage are you in your life, in a specific decision that you have made. Are you in that step 4? Are you in that place where you're just about 2 millimeters away from success? And if you can stick with it and keep going, you will see that you'll be able to tune in the dial of your success. And it is such a magical place to be in. So I can't wait for you to experience that if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining us for Magic Mondays. I hope this has been helpful for you. If it's been helpful, go ahead and share with your teams. And I would love to hear more about what step you're in and where are you just 2 millimeters away from the very success that you want. And remember that the world needs more of you.
The first decision, sorry, you're gonna hear me say shit a lot today.
I got traumatized in the first.
Some of you on this deep dive, should we do that again?
Hi everyone.
Okay, you guys stop it. Stop it. It's going without us.